I'm Duff, live in the middle of nowhere, and today I'm doing my deck stairs. That's Saf. Unusual thing. Okay, so this is now my phone because my camera just crapped out. So, drill. Okay, for what I'm doing with the stringers, because that's what they're called. These are called stringers. Okay, they're just metal pieces that just hold. That goes to the deck, and these are the 2x6s. Okay, these 2x6s here are your stairs, so you have two per thing, and then you have this down here, which is just the bottom plate. Okay, so you don't need wood under that, because right now the height gets me right to there, all the way to the concrete. So I have a chunk of rubber that I cut off from, like, I have a lot of rubber, so it's that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna flip it down, use the bottom, and then I'm gonna use my ABS cement. Okay, that there is just to put wow, brain not work today. So just gonna glue it to the bottom of that metal just so it doesn't make noise, and this is weather resistant. It's not gonna deteriorate, as well as this here is not gonna deteriorate against water. It's resistant to water. So that will be the first step, is gluing this on to the bottom, and I'm just gonna use my tin snips to cut a chunk off. So it's just a matter of measuring it out. So I'm stuck on my phone today because, well, the camera's destroyed. It doesn't want to read the memory card, so I can't do anything. Then next step after that, I've got the two sides of the bolt. So this here is just a 1/2 inch drill bit, so that's going to go right into the deck. These ones here, these are 7/16, and I have a gear wrench that will let me wrench those in, because the way you have to wrench them in, you have to go from the underside. Well, I can't get a drill in there, anything straight, so I have to go from there all the way under. It's going to be fun, just say that. The way I have to do it, I have to put these on and then line them up and then mark it out. I've got a black marker in my pen, or in my pants pocket right there now. It's just so you can see where I've got to put it, but I'm just gonna get right doing this now. Okay, so what I have, you see, there's the glue, or the cement, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna try to put it on here, just coat it. Like, I'm talking a lot of coat, I don't care. Just want as much as I can on this thing. Just try to get it off the ball and just put it on there, okay? So that's there. I'll get a little more for on the actual piece itself. I don't care if there's a little glue got on, or cement, rubber cement got on the, so there we go. We have that. Gonna put that on. Now it's a matter of just sticking this on. Probably should have done one at a time, but not too worried right at this moment. As long as it holds on there. There we go. And that's literally it. It's gonna make that as the feet. Okay, so is it perfect? No. Does it look stupid? Yes. Do I care? No. So yeah, I don't care for shit. I don't care if I fill another crack with this thing. And then remember to always seal this stuff afterwards, because otherwise that's not going to be nice to have a full can going to waste. Yeah, sure, it's a little rusty because it's an old can, but if you keep it sealed, it doesn't matter. Next step, literally, it'll be this. So make sure you have a clean ground when you put these down, okay? So pretty much right there. Oh no, not even. Okay. So yeah, oh crap, I just put that over there. Alright, so you're gonna see how it has to line up flush, right? Okay, this is flush. So I need to bring that right there. I'm just gonna line this up flush here. Okay. So that's what you're looking at, okay? Pretty simple. So I've got that there. Let's do the other one. So that's where I have an issue right here. This wood is longer than that, so I've got to back peel these. It's not wanting to stay flush, is it? Oh, it's not even flush, period. So that'll be fun to work with. Okay. I don't think I should have it on the very, very edge, because that is technically angled off a bit. You know what? Yeah, I'm okay with being on the edge. Just gotta step on it, because if it wiggles like that, you can tell it's not flush. So just okay. So one at a time, I'm gonna have to bolt these in, because that was loud, and it just messed it up. So I'll do it at one time. Stringers are in. So like I did use my drill to pre-tap the drills. Now I ran into a problem where that's technically in the middle of that. Later on I might have to put a bolt somewhere in here, but for now that's what I'm gonna do. And let's grab a 2x6 here. All right, so that's what you're looking at. I'll grab another one for just in case. Well, Saf, stay up there, because at least this way. Sorry, yeah, you're not watching. No, that's a nicer side. So that's what it's gonna look like, just all the way down. Surprisingly, I got that pretty flush up. Now what I do is I just take the marker and mark underneath where there's holes. So I don't know if you can see under there. Actually, I could do a bit there. Try to find the hole. Mark it in there. Where's the next one? Oh, it's right at the end almost. Okay, right there. Oh my god. That's gonna be a pain in the ass for all of them. So the ones here are pain. These will be fine. So it's just mainly those ones right there. What the hell? Start focusing. Yeah. Being a pain. Okay. Well, I guess don't want to focus. There we go. Stupid camera. So yeah, the ones that are going to be the biggest pain are these ones right here. So right at the very end, because there's not much space to bolt. Just going to mark them all and go from there. So what I've been doing, okay, so you're trying to figure out, if you get these stringers, you'll be figuring out, okay, what's where. Always mark them, okay? So this is the number 2 board. Throw in Roman numerals. So you can't see it on this because there's 5, 3, and then there's 4 right there. So you're wondering, that means back, so towards this side, and that is the house side. So you know your back and your front, and now you know your left and your right. So house is always to this side. The way I've been doing it is, this is the number 2 board. It's been here like this for the whole thing, because I still need to see where I'm lining up, mainly to get this side flush. I'll worry about that after. I'll just take my sander and just flush them up, because some of them are not the right length or the same length, and I'm okay taking off that end. This end, as long as I have this flush, I don't have to do up one side, not centering the whole thing so it's a big mess. Okay, now when I do these, I just mark them in, okay? It's a pain in the butt. So the fronts are easy. You put a marker at the front, but you can't mark this one because the marker just doesn't let you, unless you have a really tiny marker. The way I do it, I take a screw and I go up in here and I just press a little tiny indentation. So here, this is the back. So pretty much here's an example. Just you press it in, and then you gotta see that tiny little hole. That's what you gotta do. Now this is the front one. So this is number 6. This is the toe. When I'm doing the odd numbers, which is the back sides, this board comes to the front. And the number 5, for example, would have been here. Well, it was here. because I know for a fact these line holes are not probably going to be the same, so I don't want to mess that up. So even taking precaution, they could be the same thing, but you don't have to take a chance. It's better to do it this way, and don't bolt anything in, because you're going to have to keep going underneath. If you're going to mark underneath when that's right there, have fun, man. You're just making it hard for yourself. Okay, so always just mark it at the top step. It's easier. I forgot to mention. Drill down, and I literally drilled in maybe not even a 1/4 inch. Okay, so that's where I'm going. Here's a note thing. So say you started this one right away, okay, and then you put that all the way tight. Well, this is barely in, but I can't get my ratchet wrench around that. Sure, you can get a regular wrench, but I still had to thread that in quite a bit. So what you do is you start with the ones closest to the back. So the ones that are here, you have to start on these bolts, and just, you could literally put your finger in there and then just screw it in, okay? Or anything, even just wedge something in there, just to keep it up off the thing, and then put it into the hole. Now I had to screw it a little farther in, say about 1/2 inch, okay, because it wasn't gripping. You have to make sure it goes far enough that these start gripping on the side of the wood. But don't remember not to drill all the way through, because you don't want to look like shit. You can do it the top down way, where you have the bolt and it will grip in, because there's a square piece that usually hits on the top of the bolt, so it looks flush. But this way I like it this way. There's no bolt on the top. It'll look like it's just clean pieces of wood. All right, that's my advice for that. This side won't really make a difference, because there's plenty of room. I did some thinking. Yes, I unbolted it. I didn't, well, okay, so the first thing you got to do is, before, say you do it this way. This way is a little different. It is flipping it upside down, so that way you don't have to lay on your back on that. And like, I have sawdust there, I'm covered in crap, and it's not that comfortable. I got ants that walk around. You never know. I don't need to get bit by ants or any bugs and anything. Bolt your first bolt in at your top one at the back, tight all around. Make sure you do your back ones on here and there, both, everything, before you unbolt the back side. So these are torque tight. Like, I'm not going to reef them down like they're torqued to 110 pounds a foot. Like, no, don't do that. You'll just rip the wood out of the boards, and then, well, you'll have a big hole, and then you're screwed. All right, so to do this, all I'm doing now is just, I'm going to take my number 2 board and bring it up like that. Let's see, hold on. So there, that's what I'm pretty much going to do. Just hold my board there, put the screw in. Obviously that's the front side, so I've got to put it in the right place. Okay, see, there's the back. And you got to remember, now this would be the house side. You reversed it, okay? So remember that part. Okay, it's done. Yeah, I did it up here because it's a much easier. So with one minor little setback, I broke a bolt, keeping it accurate. Yeah, so that's gonna go down over there. I'm gonna unlock my gate, find out where the dog is. I think she's down below, because it's nice and cold under the deck. Gonna lift up on the foot, and there we go. Oh, no, she was inside. Yeah, see, yeah, stupid dog. Hey, Seth, you nuts? Oh, super excited. Okay, I'm gonna move that down there. Okay, it's done. Alright, it is done. There's nothing else left. What I did do is I took more of that other stuff. Right there, you can see. And the like rubber mat stuff. I had a wide enough chunk and long enough that I tripled that side, because it was like vibrating, well, floating up. It wasn't being level. This house is not level. The deck's not level. And try to make it as level as possible. I did screw up on the number 5, because I thought, oh wait, I didn't drill this out. In reality, I drilled the top of it. So I'll put some like wood glue or something in there just to get that filled up. That way it doesn't rot from the inside. And I'm gonna try to, I don't know, something, get rid of this. This is just pencil lead from the old owners. There's Saf, we're hot, we're warm. So I'm Duff, to the middle of nowhere. That's my stairs. now I have stairs to my deck. See, just go up, walk up here. Done. Lift up the deck, and I can just walk away now. I could actually use this front of my house, you know, as it should have been. There. A little more. Complete on this big old crap house. So, like always, have a good one.